is able to really work with the community. And like I said before with The Little Mermaid, they have the Maritime Aquarium there, and they showed about like ocean pollution and all those types of things, and the costumes, everything about it was integrating a community organization and really not only driving home like the magic of the arts, but a message that someone could walk away with and become a better person with. And not only are you helping a nonprofit, but you're also helping yourself, because you get to learn, you get to enjoy, you get to sit back, you get some good snacks. It's altogether a really great time. As long as I can remember, yeah.
And then tell us what's our tally right now? Can you see right there on what it is?
Right now we have raised $1,425.
Great. And what would you say to people watching right now?
I would say you're not just donating to an organization. You're donating to a mission. You're donating to help educate everyone who watches our shows and have fun learning.
Woo, nice. And this is where you go. That's the website. They're smart kids, right? Great. Thank you, Sienna. All right, now we can have Lauren come up. Lauren's going to come up and perform. Tell them what you're performing, Lauren.
I will be singing I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules.
All right.
Woo! Let's go, Lauren. If there's a prize for rotten judgment, I guess I've already won that. No man is worth the aggravation. That's ancient history. Been there, done that. Who'd you think you're kidding? He's the earth and heaven. Do you try to keep it hidden? Honey, they can see right through you. Girl, you can't conceal it. They know how you're feeling, who you're thinking of. No chance, no way, I won't say it. No, you swoon, you sigh, deny it. Oh, it's too cliche. I won't say I'm in love. I thought my heart had learned its lesson. It feels so good when you start out. My head is screaming, get a grip, girl. Unless you're dying to cry your heart out, you keep on denying who you are and how you're feeling, baby. They're not buying, hun. They saw you hit the ceiling, face it like a grown-up. When you're gonna own up that you got it bad. No chance, no way, I won't say it. No, you swoon, you sigh, why deny it? Oh, it's too cliche. I won't say I'm in love. You're way off base. I won't say it. Get off my case. I won't say it. Girl, don't be proud. It's okay. You're in love. Oh, at least out loud, I won't say I'm in love.
First of all, tell them what show you're in at school.
I am currently in Once Upon a Mattress.
Yes!
And I'm playing the Jester.
Great. And what has been your favorite NPT show?
Definitely The Little Mermaid. I played Flotsam, and it was very fun to work with Creflo and also work very closely alongside Kristen. It was very educational for me.
Why? Because who's Ursula? But I have to say, Lauren was also in Carousel, and just like as with all the teens, I never had to worry. Like when I was rehearsing them, she was always in the moment. People were following what she was doing. Some of the adults were following what Lauren was doing. So I was super proud. What part did you sing?
I sang alto too.
Great. And how long have you been on the youth board?
Since like the middle of 2020, so like almost 3 years.
What's the biggest takeaway that you have from being on the youth board?
I think it taught me a lot about like responsibility, and like I feel like I thought I knew a lot about being responsible, but this taught me like responsibility to a whole nother level. To work with like so many different people and so many different adults and people of different backgrounds. It's been very educational.
Barbara is the board consultant
Yeah.
that comes in on the youth board as well, and Catherine Griffin is the youth board director. So, and Catherine was the first female youth board president that we ever had, then went off to college and grad school, and now works with the youth board. So we're super grateful for that. All right, great. You can sit down. Tell me what you're singing, Nick.
I am singing 10 minutes ago from Cinderella.
And what show are you in at school?
I am also in Once Upon a Match.
All right, ready?
Same school?
Yeah.
Yeah, same school. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
10 minutes ago, I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling, you gave me the feeling. The room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago, I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel, with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again.
And Nick, how long have you been a part of NPT?
I've been a part of NPT since this last summer. The first show I did with them was The Little Mermaid. So
Right, yeah. Now,
about a year now.
and what are you in school?
I'm a senior in high school.
Well, we hope we can work him into Greece. We're not sure.
We're
You may
looking
have
at
to
it.
leave.
We're checking timings for college. We think we can make it.
He got into every single school he applied for. What is your top choice?
My top choice is Marist in New York.
So, yep. So he's just checking out the couple of options that he has, but and what is your major going to be?
I'm going to major in English literature.
Great. And why should anyone watching right now donate to NPT on Giving Day?
You guys should donate to NPT because really, just the whole company is just so powerful. Like, I came to Kristen because my sister took lessons from her, and I really needed help with the show I was doing. It was real rough. But I came to Kristen, and Kristen really made something out of me and like brought out the potential that I had. And just by that, I was brought into NPT, and ever since then, I've learned so much more about the inner workings of theater, and it's so much more than just performance adrenaline. It's like so much technique, and I wouldn't have realized that without NPT. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey. All right. All right, Sam, tell them what you're singing.
All right, I'm singing Good Girl Winnie Foster from Tuck Everlasting.
Great. Here we go.
Stuck in a house so sad and lonely, on a street named Maine, but you could call it only. Is it rude to but I got a really bad case of being good. I'd go find trouble if there was some to get in. Ask a friend to play if I had one to let in. Nana's rocker sawing through the door. Every day's just like that one before. We lock ourselves behind that door. Is it wrong to wish for something more? The girl Winnie Foster every day is in bed by 7. The girl Winnie Foster every day is a well-behaved 11. But some days I wanna raise a little something more than heaven. Well, Toad, we blew it, but at least it got us out of the house. Are you from the wood? I'm not allowed there. Big news, I know, I'm not allowed anywhere. So now's your chance to disappear. Go have fun, I'll be right here, tied to a string like a precious pearl. It's a pretty tight leash for a really good girl. Good girl Winnie Foster every day is in bed by 7. Good girl Winnie Foster every day is a well-behaved 11. But some days I wanna raise a little something more than heaven. Some days I wanna raise a little something more than heaven.
Oh, sorry. And you're on.
So overwhelmed.
So Sam, tell us a little bit about how long you've been involved with NPT. You're a legacy, and why they should donate right now online.
I've been with NPT since I was, 7. I was in Oliver. I was one of the
Orphans.
orphans,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, one of those kids.
And then what other shows have you been in? What most recently? Carousel, but before that.
I was in Little Mermaid. I was Flounder.
Yay!
It was really fun. I loved working with everyone. The cast was so sweet. You should donate to New Paradigm Theater, because when you donate to New Paradigm Theater, it's not really just one nonprofit you're donating to that has one cause. We take our profits and we give them to like multiple different charities that fits the theme of our shows. Like with Carousel, we
shine a spotlight on the
we shined
domestic
a spotlight
violence
on the
crisis
domestic
center, yeah.
violence. With Little Mermaid, we partnered with the
Maritime.
Maritime Aquarium, and we worked on sea pollution. And I remember when we did Hunchback of Notre Dame, we worked with the Center for
Burn Care, yeah.
Burn Care for people who were in fires and were harmed by the fires that might have like physical scars that they're insecure about. That's why you should donate to NBT, because they're awesome.
Thanks, Sam. And Sam, real quick, you're one of our new youth board members, right?
Yes, I am.
And Sam, who do you study with?
Jody Stevens.
Yes.
And sometimes Scotland.
What are you going to sing for us?
I'm going to be singing Change.
Yeah.
All right, great.
There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. Though what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize changing me. No change of heart, a change in me.
So Jaden, tell us a little bit about how long you've been with NPT and the shows you've been in, and why they should donate on Giving Day.
I've been with MPT since I was 7, so half my life. I got involved with MPT actually from my dance teacher who choreographed the first show that we ever did for Oliver. And
Who was it? What was her name?
Maria.
Woo! Yeah, it was our choreographer. Yeah.
She's our choreographer, and I had kind of been a little into theater, but MPT really helped me realize how much I loved performing with it. And I've done every summer show, and I've done 1 or 2 holiday shows, I think. So it's just been a really good experience, to get to work with professionals and stuff like that, and kind of develop my love for theater. And so you should donate to MPT because you can help encourage other young kids to kind of donate, to kind of encourage their love of theater. If you don't know that you like theater, maybe you don't even like theater, maybe you just want to work behind the scenes, but you gotta get an aspect of that. And if you donate, you can help more kids kind of develop a love for theater in every way.
So tell us our new total over there.
Our new total is $1,525.
If you want to donate today to NPT and keep all this kind of good stuff going, you can go to fcgives.org and you can just put in New Paradigm's name in the search bar and then make any size donations. So, Jaden, you're going to be a part of Grease?
Yes, I
Woo!
am.
Yeah, because she can dance too. And then we've got Blanca Grande, who's going to be our choreographer.
Yeah.
So that's great. Great. Go ahead and have a seat. Charlie, come on up. Hold on a sec. I'm going to have Charlie speak while you get ready. Charlie is our youth board president and is a senior. Yeah. Charlie, tell us a little bit about your journey with NPT.
Yeah, so I first joined the youth board, I think 4.5 years ago, somewhere around then.
But what was your first show with us?
Oh, Oliver. So
he's a legacy.
Yes, a legacy, as Kristen likes to say. But I mean, from the second I stepped foot on the stage with NPT, I knew what a special organization it was. Just the sense of community and togetherness that we all share, first as a youth board, but also as an entire company, is incredible and like nothing else I've ever experienced. So from that moment, I knew I wanted to be involved with the youth board. And when I finally had the chance to join, when I entered high school, the youth board was everything I expected it to be. A group of a few really motivated individuals who all have a passion for theater and the arts, and also just service. And I think that connection that I was able to create and share with so many of these similar-minded youths is why I've really enjoyed spending time with NPT.
Great. What college, do you know where you're going to go yet?
I don't know yet, but
Okay.
fingers crossed I'll find out in a month.
Do you know what you want to major in?
I don't, but I'm leaning towards maybe math.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah. Very a smart cookie, so. Any college would be lucky to have you,
Thank
Charlie.
you.
We've been lucky to have you through COVID, too. He guided the youth board and was the kind of the steady, commanding, in the nicest way, leader of that group. So we're super happy that you were, as a sophomore, you were the president and junior. And 3 years?
Like 2.5.
2.5,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So we really appreciate Charlie. Hand it off to another legacy, Paul Litchfield. Paul,
this is gonna be a little bit different. I have a couple songs prepared on guitar. Not sure if it's gonna be 2 or 3. We'll see how long it goes.
Let's start with which was the first one?
The first one I'm gonna play is Norwegian Wood by the Beatles.
Okay. All right.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good, Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I
talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. She told me she worked in the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird is flown. So I lit a fire, isn't it good? Norwegian wood.
Woo! Alright. And Paul, how long have you been on the youth board?
I've been on the youth board for, don't quote me on this, I think 3 years.
Okay. Alright.
Me and Lauren are the 2 co-marketing directors. That has done a great job for me for the past few years, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Great, good. Alright, and?
So the next song, okay, this one is Wagon Wheel by Darius Rucker.
Alright.
A little bit different, but...
Down south to the land of the pine, I'm thumbing my way to North Carolina. Staring at the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers. Over for Raleigh, I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Walking through the south at a Roanoke, caught a trucker out of food, had a nice long tow. He's heading west to the Columbia, to Johnson City, Tennessee. And I gotta move on before the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that it's the only one. And if I die in Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
Paul, why should people give to NPT today, right now, online, fcgives.org, to New Paradigm Theater? Why should they do that?
So ever since I've been involved with NPT, the thing that has just jumped off the base of me and that's just affected me on such a personal level is the leadership opportunities that this nonprofit theater company gives to all of young people, no matter what their interests are, whether they want to go into a career in musical theater or they want to be a scientist, a mathematician, a professional sports player, whatever they want to do. There's a place for NPT, and ever since I've been here, my confidence in whatever I do has grown up. I've always, ever since I was in Oliver, and I've started working with Kristen and everyone here, whenever I'm asked to speak in front of people in classes, I was having an English discussion in my AP Lang class, and all of a sudden I'm thinking of things that are helping me, that I've learned through NPT, and I feel like I've grown as a person transitioning through high school and to the rest of my life.
Good.
And it's just been a fantastic experience. And
well, there is a guitar playing part in Greece. Just saying.
we will see.
Yeah. He also plays football. He's also a fisherman. There's so many things that Paul does. And Paul was in Carousel, and one of the very valuable things about him, sing your lowest note, Paul. And he was one of the only people on the stage, including all the adults, who had that bottom note. So I put him, there was one where you had to do that, and I put him right next to the mic, and I was like, Paul, sing right into the microphone. So he's holding his own with the adults. So. Nice. Alright, and last but not least, come on up, Creflo. Creflo, what are you gonna, let's see if our tally changed at all. And this is the last performer. summer, so anybody watching now, now's your chance to go, I love these people, and show us. What are you going to sing, Creflo?
I'm gonna be singing "Fly Me to the Moon."
Great. So while you're finding that, I'm going to have Cameron come up. Cameron is I'll let him tell you. Cameron, what are you?
I'm the Vice President and Treasurer of the New Paradigm Theater Youth Board.
Fabulous. How long have you been?
I've been with New Paradigm Theater's Youth Board for 4 years, and I've been with New Paradigm Theater for, I think, 6 years.
Okay. Wow. What was your first show?
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Great. Yep.
So I've been here for quite a while. Should I cut to the chase? Why
Sure.
they should
Yeah.
donate?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, wait, one thing you
Yeah.
didn't say. You had one lesson with Kristen and you auditioned for a supporting role. Go
Yes.
ahead, you tell
So
them.
I'm actually going to tie in the show I'm currently in with how awesome Miss Kristen is. So, I am in Legally Blonde at my school. I'm playing the part of Emmett, and I'm very excited. Thank you. But I was initially auditioning for Callahan, and so I had gone over to Miss Kristen's house for voice lessons. One voice lesson. And I walked in, of course I was nervous, but it went pretty well, right? So a few hours later I checked the casting list, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be Professor Callahan. I look at the list, Emmett. That was amazing. She does so many other wonderful things. But I'm really excited to play that part, and I'm also really excited to spend my last few months as a board member, making the most of the time I've spent here.
Great.
So,
What is your major going to be in school?
my major is going to be business management or economics.
Okay.
It depends on the school I'm going to, but
Yeah, and
it
you
is
got
similar.
you got into quite a few great schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
looking forward to that.
And then, so let me just show everybody once again, if you're watching right now, oh, not that. If you're watching right now, go to the Giving Day site, like Giving Day, and right there, fcgives.org, and you can put in New Paradigm Theater Company's name, and you can help us change that. So, Treasurer, how much money do we have right now?
Right now, we have raised $1,525.
Great. Our goal is 3,000, so
Yes.
everybody can still help us get to that. Great. Thank you, Cameron. And real quickly before our last act here, we have one more new youth board member, Selena. Selena. I won't make you get up because you're nervous. Okay, good. You want to? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you are.
All right.
And tell us, how old are you?
So I'm 14 years old,
Great.
and this is my first year with NPT. I was in So You Want to Be a Broadway Star, as well as the holiday show.
Uh-huh.
And from what I have been part of, it's very nice, as well as the fact that it teaches you a lot of information you might have not known otherwise. And
And you're going to be what show this summer?
I'm going to be in Greece as
Woo-hoo!
well.
Yeah.
And overall, I think the reason why you should donate to the youth board is that it provides, like so many of my other fellow colleagues. Well, colleagues isn't the right word, but you get the idea. They've said that it helps to give people the chance to grow, and it really gives people an opportunity, and not only to work with professionals, but to grow into their own characteristics that they might not have pursued otherwise.
Good. That's so nice to hear. Awesome. Kendall, we got our eye on you, buddy.
Yeah.
You're 13, right?
Yeah.
That's how old you have to
That's
be joining
time.
the board. Just saying, because we love you, Canal. Right? All right. This is introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Creflo Butcher, and do you have any questions for me?
Oh, my
many.
question is say your last name again because I mispronounce it every time.
Okay, so if you were to pronounce it in English, it's just Botway, like
Oh, okay,
BOT,
that I do get
Botway.
right.
But if you were to pronounce it in Chi, it's a Butchit.
Great. All right. And where do they speak Chi? You said Chi. Yeah. I'm sorry. Say where that's from again?
That's Ghana.
Ghana. Okay, great. I'd say it again because I like that sound.
Creflo Butchit.
Nice.
Like
All
that.
right. And what are you gonna sing for us,
Today I'm
Creflo?
going to be singing Fly Me to the Moon.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I want, for all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Da 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 fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I want, for all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
I've just seen you grow so much over the last few years. When he came to us, he used to stand like that. Don't you remember? And I was always telling you, roll your shoulders back. And now this confident young man. How long have you been a part of NPT?
I think I've been a part of NPT for like, I think 3.
What was your first show?
My first show was Bye Bye Birdie.
Okay,
Yes.
right, yeah, and then 3 years, nice. And you're on the youth board.
Mhm.
How long have you been on the youth board?
I've been on the youth board for about a year or so, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, a year or so.
And you're definitely going to see him in Greece. I already have some parts in mind. Why would you say people, you're the last performer here, why do you think people should give to NPT today on Giving Day online?
I feel like the main reason why people should donate on Giving Day is to just fund a great program that gives a bunch of different kids, just like an adults, an experience, and not like just like some just specifically like targeted towards theater experience, but an experience towards marketing, experience towards like doing a bunch of different things. Because when I first went into NPT, I was expecting it just to be only the theater work. But then I was able to do dancing classes, singing classes, like marketing classes with the other people. So it was a great experience. It was like, I got more than I actually bargained for. It was like, you pay this and then you, oh wow, I'm getting this much back. Oh wow, that's great. So it's a great experience for adults and kids alike. And if you donate, you're funding a great program. So donate, guys.
Great. To go to fcgives.org, Fairfield County gives.org. And we have until midnight, right?
Yeah.
Great. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone. And please mingle and have drinks. Does anybody else want to say anything? Any parent that has been a part of this, like Liz. Liz actually, anything you see in any lobby that we have, it's Liz Litchfield right there. I don't know. You do know that when Paul graduates, you're not going anywhere. Yeah. So how have you seen like Paul's confidence grow?
Well, I definitely see, I'm just marveling all night at all of the youth here and how they've all grown. But Paul, I remember what was your name? Charlie Bates? and Oliver. And he was just starting off, with his love of theater, and so I was kind of nervous as a mom in a new organization, but I knew he was in good hands here, and everyone. And I feel like it's partly my family also, just because I've known. When I see Sienna up there, and like you said, Creflo's just whole body language has changed and gotten so much more confident. And then I see my kids from Stratford, from plays that I've done or seen. I just see them all growing so fast and so remarkably. But I'm really proud of Paul just because he takes the skills that Kristen and Scott and Paul and Barbara and everyone and Mark and everyone who works with the kids, and he's always made connections really well, and so he can bring different parts of his life and relate them to qualities that you guys bring out in them, and also skills that you teach them. So I've seen him, his confidence and he's very self-assured, and I know I always attribute it to NPT and the work that he's done.
So we have two moms right here that have the little 7-year-olds that have now turned into teenagers. We've got Tara and Nakia. So Tara is Sam's mom and Nakia is Jaden's mom. What have you seen those two people grow? How have you seen them grow since they were 7?
So go ahead. Now I would say sort of similar to what Liz was saying, just watching just Jaden's just growth in her own confidence, not just so much in the theater realm. I mean, she's kind of like the dancer person, but even just throughout school. She's actually the, I know she hates when I say this all the time, but she's actually the co-president of like the middle school at her school, which is a huge thing. She doesn't think it's a big deal, especially in the face. I'm already prepared for her. But I think in terms of her confidence level, of her being able to get up, speak, she has to do her second day of school, she had to do a speech in front of the whole entire school that she actually had to write herself. So I think in terms of her level of confidence, I think from what the theater experience brings is not just, as everyone else has said, it's not just for you to be performing in just the arts, but there's skills that you can bring throughout other areas of like your life that I think that I've seen the development in. So really proud. And this is like a family because we've been here literally since the beginning. And Shaden said she's been here half her life. So yes, it feels like family.
Yeah, half your life kind of blew my mind. But one of the things I've really loved for Sam about NPT is obviously the opportunities. Like to be able to join a professional cast anytime is amazing for a young performer, but also to be able to, work with the symphony orchestra and to be able to work with the Broadway greats and the professionals that come in, and Scott and so many other skills that you're teaching them aside from just singing on a stage. I mean, Sam has been able to be involved in developing some costume design, masks for Hunchback. I remember that being a really cool opportunity for them, and also just to get a feel for the professional the world of theater and working alongside professionals that come in from New York and professionals that are teaching them all sorts of things. Mark, the way you've worked with them to do camera work, and and John, the opportunity for us to go into the Met and be exposed to opera. And I have to just say, like, the ability to work with other kids from other communities that we might not really, if we were just sticking to Sam's school and Sam was just performing at school, they would miss the opportunity that they've had with NPT to work with kids from, maybe like a dozen different towns all around, and bond with those kids and create friendships that have really been half Sam's life. And I'm really grateful. It's really amazing. And I just, in general, I just think the arts need our support, and anything you can give, big or small, helps to grow the theater and help more kids get this experience.
And you can, even if you can't give anything today, you can still sign your young people up to be a part of Grease this summer. So 8 to 12-year-olds and 13 to 18-year-olds. So go to our website, nptheater.org. There's a link to if you want to give as part of Giving Day, but also to be a part of this group, which is great. So last but not least, we're going to have Charlie's mom, Carla, here, who again, it was one of those parents that took a chance on an organization that you probably never heard of before. I'm still shocked that any of you parents went, yeah, this looks like a good idea. For Oliver, and we've loved them forever. What kind of, and you've got 3 boys. Each one of them is in some little way been a part of what we've done, but Charlie the longest, of course. What have you seen?
Well, I would say there's 3 kind of things that stand out to me about this organization and the experience Charlie's had here. And one is, I think there's a standard of excellence that's expected of these youth. And I think that's a great life lesson because, you know, this is not like a summer camp where kids goof off. Like from day one, it was obvious to me that the kids were treated like professionals, expected to behave like professionals. And Kristen, the way you run the entire program is very high level and you treat them like adults. And I think that's an amazing kind of component to this program. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there's a lot of very unique things that happen here that people may not know about, like the New York stage reading of the youth plays. That was an incredible experience. I mean, basically what happened, this was a number of years ago, but some students in New York had written some plays, and the ones that won needed a cast to read through the plays in a very professional setting, and it was thrilling. I mean, we took the train into the city and we rehearsed. They were like Broadway performers in the next theater, and then they performed on stage in New York. It was just incredible. So that's just one example. Another example, you know, Henry, our oldest, is a musician. You've always given him, you know, performance opportunities. And then I think James might have been like 5 when you first cast him.
And he
was in Oliver, and he sat on the guy's shoulders. He was, instead of a dog, he was like a kid.
That they called dog.
Ghost Knight's dog.
It was an amazing experience because, like, he had to keep his mouth shut, he had to behave, he had to remember when to enter the stage. I mean, amazing. And just so unique. Like, there really is not anything like it. And then the last thing I'm going to say, which has been said before, but I'm going to say it through a different lens. Like, I work in corporate America, and right now where corporate America is at is like, how do we do good while making money? And I feel like Kristen was ahead of the game with that. Like, you were doing that
and
like
my board. I
7 years ago.
Like, any of these people.
Nobody was doing that. Like, you were doing that, like DEI, all that stuff. You were doing that before anybody was. So kudos to you for having the vision to bring that into this organization, because it's where it's at right now. So
Thank you.
It's been amazing.
Well, again, I feel like you put out the energy, you know what I mean, and you put out what your parameters are and what you think, and then you attract the people who are of the same like mind. And there's absolutely no way that any of this, I'm not being humble, none of this gets done without these people that you see in the room, including these young people. You know, it's a whole group that moves forward, including people that have been supporters. Where's Annette? Annette has come to every single thing that we've ever done, who's Lynn's mom, you know? And it's the best group of people I've ever been around in my whole life. So thank you all for being a part of NPT. Thank you who are watching for donating or just coming to see the shows and being a part of it. So. Food and drink more wine. Great. And then again, everybody, if you want to donate to NPT, you go to fcgives.org, and then you can just put our name in the search bar. And let's see if we've gone up at all. We're trying to get to 3,000, so you can see where we are and what a kind of an organization we are. We would very, very much love to be able to provide some more scholarships to some of these kids that need to be a part of our programming but don't have enough money to be a part of it. And of course, it takes money to run an organization like this. And by the way, we don't have any paid employees, like full-time employees or even part-time employees. We hire contract workers to be a part of our show. The same with me. So anything that is donated is going to go directly to scholarships. So go to fcgives.org and then search for New Paradigm Theater, and any amount is super appreciated. Thank you so much.
Hello.